Alright, so this is my project coder. So here on the home page, not being logged in, you could just see the code, view who created it, and then you can see the title and the description of it. You can't actually go in and edit it or comment on it or like it or do anything of the extra functions that you would have to be when you're logged in. So what we'll do is we'll just log in quickly. And then now here it brings us to basically the protected page, where it checks if you're logged in, and as well too is it'll print out all the code that's been posted by other users. So like we have Bob, we have me, and then we have test. So each one of these we can actually do like, or we can comment to view code. So this one I've already liked here, but we can like another one as well. So if we go to comment, inside here we already have comments posted, so we'll just post another comment on that post. And then now it adds our comment right in. And then so it adds in there, lets you know who the poster is. It also records the date in the database, but I didn't have enough time to actually put the poster date and time. But as well too is it does give you the confirmation once you've posted the comment, so we can actually just close that out directly. As well too is once you're on the actual view page here, you can easily share like who you want to send it to. So say if we wanted to go to Facebook, what it does is it takes this URL up here and then creates a link out of it on Facebook, so that way you could just click on this item and then it's going to automatically allow you to redirect to that page. So if it were on a live server, we'd be able to link back to it, but because it's only localhost, it's just going to bring you to localhost, unfortunately. As well too is same thing with Twitter. Does the same thing. It posts a link directly to it, and it'll bring you right there. So next we can actually look at the user profile. So we'll pull up my profile. On the profile itself, it'll list all the code that that person has posted, or the coders that they've posted. So you can actually see like all the code that they've posted on here. So we'll just go ahead and add an extra code. And the cool thing is it keeps the formatting for everything, thanks to this plugin here, and it makes it really awesome when we're actually trying to put in the database, so that way the code doesn't look all scrunched up. So we'll hit post code. So now it's also confirmed that I've successfully posted a code up, so we can close out that notification there. As well too as it lets us know, oh, my name is Chris, it shows the post there and the actual title that goes along with it. So if we want to, we can actually just like this code, and then now it switches to the thumbs up for liked, and as well too as it lets you know that you have liked the post. But if you do go back, so like say if we go back to the page here and we just refresh it, it saves the liked itself. So inside of MySQL, I have a like section that actually will save the poster's ID, which is the actual post on the page here, the person who liked it and their ID, and then it also assigns an ID for that like. So that way it saves all the likes that go back, and then it can delete them as needed using the IDs. As well too, same thing with the posts. All the posts get saved into the actual database itself. The code itself is saved in a text box, and then the formatting is carried over through the actual plugin. We have the titles and IDs and the poster IDs to link back who, what, when, where, why. As well too as we have our users table for the usernames, their IDs, and of course their hash passwords. So let's see. Next thing we can do is we can view the code. So there's no comments posted here yet. It lets you know when there's no comments posted. So we can add a comment directly here. And then now that we've posted the comment, it'll actually post the comment on there for us with the user profile, but as well too as it still lets us know that you've posted your comment on the page, and we can just close that out. So let's see, what else could we do? Oh, so if we go to the view profile, as you can see on here, if we look at the profile, we have the comment, the edit, and delete. But if I go back to the home page and I go to click on Bob's profile, let's say, I don't see any delete or edit buttons for his profile. That's using the sessions to keep track of who can post where and what and why. It's almost like a permission setup with it, so that was pretty. That was tough. So if we go back to my profile, we can go back into this code and we can directly edit it from here. The title itself, I chose not to allow people to edit it just because when you post something on Facebook or anything else, you have a title. You can't edit the title, but you can edit everything else inside of it, and or if you don't like the title, you can just delete it and start over again. It's just one thing I've noticed on social media that they do, so I just kind of keep the same trend. So we'll just add some extra lines here. We can change this description. We'll hit update code, and then now it's actually added it directly and puts the description right there. And as well too, is to let you know that you've updated the post, which we can close that out as well. And as well too, is it keeps the comments for everything, so it's all tracked by the IDs, so it'll check for the ID every single time that it goes into it. As well too, is it's still liked, just to make sure. Already went to the comment section. Posted a code. As well too, as we can log out of the page, which will bring us back to the home page. If we go to refresh, you still have to log in with that user. For the code itself, I use Slim PHP. Pretty much, it's a very simplified framework, so it makes routing and such like that a lot easier. As well too, as I did use Sass for the styling, so it made changing colors and updating my design a lot more easier. Sass is actually really easy to integrate, I learned, so that was pretty cool. I learned that along with PHP. So inside of the actual routes per se, you just have to define what the route or the app is, and then as soon as you do that, you can get right into it. So you can do app get, define what you want it to go to, and then you create the function. This is really similar to Flask, and I thought it was really cool about it because you can organize it in the same way. So like some of these here, so for the sign up action, we have the post function, which actually will grab all the data from the form, post it to a variable, and then we can actually grab that object directly and insert it into the classes. Same thing with the post. You can organize it with like delete, update, and post inside of an app.get. So like say if we did app and then we did a get, inside here per se, we can actually put like another app, and then we can do post. So say inside of this one route you have multiple forms that you want to input. You can actually nest it inside of there, and you can call this one directly just by defining it with the use. So I thought that was really cool because I always wanted to learn how to basically organize my code. So for all my classes, I have them up here. So we'll do the add user, which uses standard PDOs, nothing too crazy, public functions for everything. As well too as for the login, we have the post. With the post, this also checks for the comments and such, so that way it can verify the permissions based off the user IDs of the profiles. I did a lot of code embedding inside the actual page itself. So like all the code itself, like put directly right into it to check for those items. We have the protected page, which also does the check legs. Each one is run through a for loop, so that way we can just keep calling it over and over and over and put that information into there. What else was there? So on the index page, we have so we have the edit routes. The cool thing about these routes too is just like with Flask, you can actually just define it, and then you can create basically a variable out of it. So if I do PID, it knows that that variable is stored right up here. So I thought that was really cool and a lot easier to transfer data back and forth between pages. It just made life so much easier. And you don't have to use these technically, but it makes it easier with the get statement. But with the post, you can use a clean URL without having any information there, so that way people can see what that information is. And that's about it.